I remember I first applied my ID card when I was in secondary school, that is in my Form 4. After applying for the ID card, my fellow students' ID card had come before we left the school, but unfortunately mine had not appeared. When I went to the person who was registering us for the ID card, he told me that mine required an affidavit. That one I was to pay some amount of 1,500 to go to the court, the local court, to go and get a letter that will allow me to get an ID card. Since the process was cumbersome and my parents were not ready to pay the money, I had to reapply for the ID. So when I reapplied, I followed the normal regulations that are required to apply for an ID. But the most unfortunate one was when I was asked to produce some documents that are not required in the ID. For instance, somebody asked me to produce a living certificate, which I produced. That one is required, and then photocopy of either of my parents' identity card, which I did. But in addition, they asked me for a verification card, that is my parents' ID card, the original one, both for my father and my mother, and also an affidavit from the elders to accept me as a member in the community, that where I was applying for my ID card. And worst of all, it was asking for my parents to give me the title deed for our land, which we had bought somewhere we were living, and I was applying for an ID, which I did it. And after that, it took me a couple of months before I got my ID. My fellows had gotten their IDs, but I had to be going to the office every day inquiring whether the ID was there. The ID was there, but my name was not shortlisted among the names of the people who had registered. Now, it reached a point when I was almost giving up, but fortunately, my father came. My father was working with an NGO, and since that person did not have the NGO, it was a unique one. The vehicle is the one which made the person give me the ID card, because he sort of thought my father was working in a high-level organization and could sue him in any way to give me my ID card. So he produced the ID card immediately after I saw the vehicle.